Good evening. Welcome to WSBI, your resource for success podcast program, where you get to meet inspiring women-owned businesses from across the country. And now, for your host, Kimberly McElmore.
Well, hello, and welcome to another night of sharing. With us, we have Dominique Blair, owner of Earrings by Tweedy Love. Welcome, Dominique.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
All right. I can hear that nervousness in your voice. You just relax and just enjoy. I want you to enjoy this great opportunity in this interview because we're going to have thousands of people listening to us this evening. So it's really important to just let it go, enjoy and be who you are. I'm going to ask you some questions. It's like I said before when we talked a little bit earlier, not about right or wrong, but let's just get into this. So what I would like for you to do is just to tell the listeners a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a very creative, free spirit person. I'm a mother of one. She's high function autistic, and I love the joy my creations give others.
All right. Well, that was beautiful. But tell me a little bit about who you are, where you're from, and then tell me a little bit about what inspired you to get into this business.
Well, I'm from New Jersey, Asbury Park, Monmouth County, New Jersey. And me, I'm just, like I said, free spirit. I'm everything. I'm happy. I'm sad. My personality is just everything. I'm like a mirror when it comes to a whole lot of stuff. What inspired me was my health. I have terrible health issues. So it took me not seeing my future to wake up and say, hey, you got to do something. So me, myself is what inspires me every day. Bettering me is what inspires me every day. Knowing that I can be a better person. Knowing that this is not where you belong.
Right.
And that's what inspires me every day.
Okay. So talk to me a little bit about your earrings, because your whole business is based off of your earrings. What do those earrings do? Are they motivational for you? Is it inspired by other people that you meet? Or, what is it that causes you to develop these earrings that you have?
That's a good question, because it just comes to me. When I first started doing earrings, like I said, it started with my health. And I seen Basketball Wives. It was like 2012, Basketball Wife and Love and Hip Hop. And I was like, oh, I can do those. And I love earrings. So it's just like, so when I got into it, it was more like me. Okay. And then I started seeing, people buying my earrings and liking my earrings. So then I wanted to make more earrings. I wanted to be diverse. So I wanted to try everything. So every time I see a new style of earring, oh, well, I'm going to try that, or I'm going to pin that to my board. And then that is just, like I said, it's just the comments that I get back from customers when they tell me, oh my gosh, your earrings made me feel so beautiful. Oh my gosh, your earrings have uplifted my spirit. Hearing that is what makes, oh, well, let me try a new pair of earrings. Oh, well, it's like my creativity flows from that. And it just makes more and more and more and more. Right. And like I said, they're very diverse. It's like I make the most littlest cute earring, the most luckiest ones out there.
Okay. But like you said, what you're doing is that even though your tragedy and your events within your own life made you wake up in a certain way, you're also inspiring other people through your earrings. And your earrings obviously are showing a multitude of love and inspiration for people. So it makes it easier for them to say, hey, and come to you and say, look, this is something I really love. These and make me feel beautiful. When a person tells you something as simple as a pair of earrings can make them feel beautiful, it's almost like no different than getting a nice new hairdo done or having a beautiful new dress on. One little thing that can change your day or change that moment, and that's what you're doing. So talk to me though a little bit about, are you artistic? You know, were you doing artwork before you decided to jump into doing earrings? Because I heard you say earlier that you're like a sponge. You kind of you do things and you soak it up, and then the next thing you know, you're out here making things. So talk a little bit about your background as far as that.
I'm actually an ex-beautician.
Okay.
I did hair.
There you go.
I was into hair first.
Okay.
I was into hair and I was into fashion. And when I was in high school, my dream was to be a runway manager who did hair for fashion models. The hair to inspire with the clothes. Mm-hmm. That was my original goal. And then I tried to go off to college, but a tragedy happened around the time of me being 18 years old. And then that's when I just hung up my creativity juice. I just said, nope, I don't want to be creative. I just want to go to work, come home, live the typical life. Go to work, come home. That's it. And then once my surgery hit, that's what woke me up. It took me from my downfall. But when it comes to my hands, I can almost do anything. Mm-hmm. Like with my mom, like I said, I'm in the middle getting ready for Comic-Con, so I'm doing tutus, and I'm sewing them by hand. Wow. I'd rather sew by hand than use a machine. Mm-hmm. I love to bake, so I'm always baking. Whenever it comes to my hands, it's like I said, it's like a sponge. Mm-hmm. I just pick it up. My earrings, I'm literally self-taught. I've yet taken any classes. Okay. I don't watch any YouTube videos. Like, I'll watch them to see, okay, well, I do it this way. Let me see how somebody else is doing, just to correct myself. Mm-hmm. I watch some to correct myself, or I watch some YouTube videos to see what's new out there. But other than that, I'm just self-taught. I'm like, I want to do that. Mm-hmm. And then I do it. Like nothing.
So even though you have the artistry in your hands, you also have a vision. And I think that's amazing about what you're talking about, is that, like you said, you soak yourself up like a sponge, but every little thing that you touch or see or feel or hear turns into these beautiful pieces of jewelry. And I think that's, what is amazing about what you're doing, and that you being self-taught. It just goes to prove every day that we all have something within us. We all have a certain passion that we can provide. And then here you are putting your passion out on the table, and then you got people actually wearing your passion. So that makes it even more beautiful, and even, of course, a little more complex about your whole story and how it all comes together. So even though you didn't
have earrings in London.
Mm-hmm. You do? Wow.
Yes.
Well, look at you. You are international. Did you know that? That is amazing, and that's excellent. So because you are becoming much larger in what you're doing, you're international, so you have people wearing your earrings overseas. You have them, of course, here in the States. Where do you see yourself going? How do you see yourself continuing to expand in your business?
I see myself continuing to expand. You know what? I've been asking myself that question a lot this year, because I'm like, okay, everything you've been asking for is starting to come true. And it's like, how do you see yourself expanding? I see myself expanding maybe in a way of just more customers. I love doing everything by hand. I do everything by myself. So my expanding won't change too much from, I guess you would say, like a mom and pop shop. Okay. I love staying mom and pop style. Mm-hmm. I love still doing everything. I probably right now my goal is to get not a storefront, but you know how when you go to a salon and they have jewelries inside those clear displays. That's my expansion. That's my expansion goal, is to start there. Okay. Because I know once I hit there, I know I'm going up. I know I'm going somewhere, because now more people are going to see my earrings. Mm-hmm. And that's like my next step to like a storefront, or maybe a little cart that's in the middle of the mall.
A kiosk. Mm-hmm.
There we go. That word, a kiosk. So my expansion right now, seeing everything and how everything's going, is I want to be, in a beauty store or a little mom and pop craft store. So that's my expansion goal for me right now. But I like staying little my little corner office that I have for my jewelry, because I say that because I don't want to get too ahead of myself. Because what my customers don't know is my earrings that they're wearing is my stress reliever. It helps me with my depression.
Okay.
It helps me with everything that I go through with my health and with my daughter's health, because my daughter, she's autistic.
Right.
So it's stressful. So I wouldn't want to get too ahead of myself, because I do it for the love, not the money. Thank you for the money, but I do it for the love. And I don't want to lose the sight of that.
Well, as we all are in business, we all do it because we love what we do and we know that we can do something better. And 90% of the time we look at it in the way of we can do it better than the next person. Like you said, you've seen something and you said, hey, I can do that. And then the thing that is helping you is that even though you're helping others, it is truly helping you benefit your soul and your worries and the things that you're going through personally. And I think that, being able to use that as a part of your battlefield, so to speak, I think is amazing. And it's wonderful that you can even talk about that and speak about the fact that, I'm a human being and I have problems just like everybody else. But so this is my healing process, and my healing process is being sent and forwarded to those. You're putting it out there for everybody else. But the other thing that, I want you to continually always to think about is that no matter how big or small your dream is, it is still your dream. And you are fearless. And like I tell people, dare to be fearless. You are fearless because you took a step, and a lot of people don't understand that being in business is a huge step, no matter how big or how small. And, you being an in-home business is a positive thing. There's nothing wrong with starting out as an in-home business. And as you say, you can see yourself growing, continue to grow, continue to fly, continue to soar, because that's really what it's all about. And even those days that you feel like you need to take a step back, always consider yourself taking a step forward, because there is a reason why you're doing what you're doing. God has given you these wings to continue to fly. So, never think of yourself as being too small, because being small is a mindset.
Yes, it is. Mind over matter.
Exactly. So, I think you're doing a fantastic job. So, but tell me more about the earrings. I want to know, if I visually can't see them right now. So give me a vision of what it is that you design when you have something on your mind. Tell the listeners what they're seeing.
You can see imagine yourself wearing a pair of earrings that match the exact same shirt you have on. I can make that. Imagine yourself, maybe your sweet grandmother lives states away and she can't see her grandkids. So what you do, I can make picture earrings. So every morning or every church service, she can put on a pair of earrings with her and her grandbabies, and they can be with her every day. Or just something simple because you have a meeting that you have to go to. So a nice, beautiful rhinestone flower earring in your ears, just something nice and simple, but enough to make you stand out, but not too much. Or maybe you go into a hip hop club and you need something flashy and artsy with colors and rhinestones. I can make that too. I have earrings that represents the flag, red, white, and blue with rhinestones. I have earrings with dashiki fabric on it. I'm actually going to order more fabric from Africa this summer now. Authentic dashiki fabric earrings that I have. So it's an abundance. Wherever your imagination can go is what my earrings are. I do clip-ons. I even convert hooks and posts to real silver. And my mother, she has eczema, so she has very sensitive skin. So she tries out all my metals.
Okay.
She walks around with mismatched earrings to make sure. And she tries all my metals out. And so my earrings are, like I said, I know there's people out there who love costume jewelry, but they can't wear costume jewelry because it turns their ears green or it makes their ears itch. Well, my earrings takes that fear away because I put the time and the dedication into high quality steel metal earrings so that they can wear them so that they can go out and have these earrings that look like $1,000,000 and only cost them $15. Those are
Wow.
my earrings.
All right. Well, see, there's that vision that I wanted to hear. And so, talk to me though about, being in business. What have been some of those struggles of being in business that that you've been facing? Because we all go through it as business owners. Talk a little bit about some of those challenges.
And that's funny because I just got part of a all Black women craft group, and I was talking about how I enjoy the struggles, because there's a lot of people who want to get in business, but instead of them going through the struggles, they want to ask, well, how'd you get that? Where'd you get it from? How do you do it? How do you go through those struggles? Go through them, because the accomplishment is what gives you that drive. And I've been through struggles to where trying to start a new earring line, but the supplier don't want to work with you. The supplier keeps raising up the prices, and you're trying to make reasonable price earrings. I've been through, my biggest challenge is, like I said, trying to run a business and dealing with depression and physical illness 24/7. So trying to find that drive, that's my biggest challenge. And just coming up with the funnest challenge I have every day is coming up with new designs, coming up with new ideas. That's one of the fun challenge. It's a challenge, but it's fun because it challenges you.
Okay. That is true. But when you're making your earrings, so if a person if I'm wearing a set of your earrings, would I be the only individual wearing those set of earrings? How many do you make?
A 20% of some of my earrings are literally one of a kind. And my mother and a few of my customers, they get in battles and they get in arguments, and I love those text messages because they'll be like, "Oh, I want those earrings," and they'll be like, "Oh, you cannot have them. Well, she can make me appear." No, they are literally one of a kind. I've had people bring me bracelets. Can you make these? Yes, I can. I can make those into earrings. I have people bring me, this fabric is going on I can turn it into a pair of earrings. So 20% of my earrings are one of a kind because I love upcycling. I will upcycle anything around me. Ooh, let me see what I can make that into an earring real quick, and I'll turn it into a piece of earring.
Wow. All right. Well, that right there sounds exciting. Like I said, you love the challenge and you love being able to be creative, and that's the beauty of your business. And I love the name of the business. And I think we've only said it once, that the name of your business is Earrings by Tweedy Love. How did you come up with the name Tweedy Love?
Well, Tweedy is actually my nickname from my best friend back when I was 16 years old, because I love Tweedy, old school Tweedy. Old school Tweety. I love Tweety Bird. I'm obsessed with him. I've always been, always will be, no matter what. And me and my cousin, we just sat down and we just, kept looking up names and thinking about names and thinking about where we want our earrings to represent. And only thing I could think of to represent was me. So I just took my nickname because that's who I am. And was like, you know what? Earrings by Tweedy Love. That's what we're going to use.
Perfect.
That's the only thing that's sticking.
Right. Well, another thing I like what you just said is that it represents you. So everything that you do, and that a lot of people understand that when you're in business, you're building your image. Your image is everything. And, you're utilizing everything from your soul to your heart, your challenges, everything that you're doing for these earrings are all about you. So the name fits you perfectly. So you did a great job with, coming up with the name. Excuse me. So the other thing I want to ask you a couple more questions before we close out is, what advice would you give anybody who decides that they would want to come in business? What would you tell them?
First advice, stemming off of the last conversation, is if you like it, I bet you somebody else out in this world will like it too. So don't ever say, well, I don't think anybody's ever going to like it. Never say that. Just put it out in the world, whatever it is. Because I can tell you right now, I've seen some things that people sell. So never, what did I say? Never water yourself down, because there's somebody out in this world that's going to like it. And going into business, when I went into business, I just went for it. I honestly just went for it. Mm-hmm. My cousin, she invested into me. She gave me $100 and she told me to figure it out. And I just went for it. Scared and all, I just went for it. And I love going back to my beginning pictures because I can look at my beginning pictures and see my growth. And every day I thank myself for just going for it. No questions, no buts. Just do it.
That's right.
Best saying in the world. Just do it. If you like it, somebody in this world is going to like it too.
You're right. Absolutely. And that's the reason why we're all business owners today. It's because, like I said, we feel we can do it better. But at the same token, we know we can offer something, whether it's a product or a service, and do it much better than the next person. So that is a great segue into how do people get a hold of you? Tell the listeners how they can find you.
I am on Instagram, altogether, Earrings by Tweedy Love. And that's Tweedy, Tweee, D as in Dave, Y. Earrings by Tweedy Love. I'm also on Facebook. You can go to Facebook or Instagram, and my website is also on there. It's a little long, but it's www.earringsbytweedyLove.storenvy.com. That's storenvy.com.
All right. Okay, well, I just want to say thank you for coming on this evening. It has been such a pleasure. Do you have any last words for the listeners?
Check me out.
There you go. What a great way to market yourself. That's right. Check me out. That's right. Obviously, Dominique has a lot of great things to offer here when it comes to her earrings. And like I said, for all her earrings, you guys, it's a story behind those earrings. So please take the time to check Miss Dominique Blair out and get a pair of her earrings. And again, like I said, I thank you for coming on my show this evening with me tonight.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're quite welcome.
It was an awesome experience. Thank you.
It is my pleasure. And for everyone else, you all enjoy the rest of your evening, and good night.
Good night, everyone. We will be back next Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Follow us on Spreaker, www.spreaker.com/user/WSBI. View our new WSBI website anytime at www.wsbillc.com and on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Instagram.